these overs, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed, calm moving through these overs, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. To the right and complete to Galladay. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Stanford. Out to the right here to Wilson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A first carry for Amir Abdullah. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Oh, some strong running. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
All right, now look at me.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to loft one deep left side here, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Lucky 56.
And now it's Rosen looking. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's caught inside the 35. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now Rosen to throw on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. From the 9, here's second and 9. Here's Blount. And some room to maneuver. Blount rumbling with a first down and more. It's a big play there for the Lions. 49 yards. And the elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect.
Respect.
Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
I call you an elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
And finding the tight end, Wilson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
21. Jumbo, jumbo. Jumbo, 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 jumbo. Set. Like 7. 11.
On second down, here's Stafford. Being chased out left. Looking downfield for Jones. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw on third down. Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. First down carry here for Johnson. And some room to roam now. David Johnson on his way. 20, 10, and he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
22!
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Double right! Hey, tag 50 left! 21!
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, Rosen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 22.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now Rosen on first down, dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
Johnson fights him off and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
They'll run it with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Oh, now, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Now Dawson for the extra point. Dawson tacks on the point after. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
0. Ready?
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. He goes underneath to Abdullah. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, It tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A dump off for Abdullah. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
On third down, Stafford. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Fielded just inside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson, and they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Even with the good gain, I thought they might accept that one.
Yeah, you thought maybe they'd go with the downs as opposed to the yardage. So if you're taking the yardage now, 2nd and less than 5, that tells me you feel good about how your offense is working.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Here's Rosen to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Taken in at the 11. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They run. Abdullah. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. Now a third and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more.
Double right. Hey, 22.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Michael Roberts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. So now Stafford will bring up the Lions, and they'll go for 2.
11-11.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, here's Rosen. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They go to Johnson again. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll air this one toward Coleman. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because that's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Block it. You ready? You waiting? Ready, hot.
Play action. Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
The left side completion to Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks moved.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run it here with Blow. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. fake the give. Now Stafford. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talked about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but and that's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of...
David Johnson on his way. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point try now for Dawson. Dawson able to connect on the extra point. Back now at Ford Field. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now a play fake it at Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Off play action. Stafford over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
As Stafford's going to take it himself.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Trio right, trio right.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. LeGarrette Blount punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
That'll be taken in the end zone. So out now come the Cardinals. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
To throw is Rosen. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Again, here's Blount. Powerful running. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll run again with Blount. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They come out here in the eye. On the toss, this is Blunt. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Fitzgerald's got it right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. This would put them in the NFC title game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.